Lovely. Okay, could you tell me who you are and why you're here?
Yes, my name's Margaret McGuckin and I'm from the Survivors Group in Belfast, Northern Ireland.
Okay.
Survivors and Victims of Institutional Abuse.
Okay.
We're here today to support our colleagues here in the south of Ireland.
Okay.
And against the atrocious revelations that has come up here about the Tuam Baby and Motherhood.
Yeah, my name is Carmel McDonnell-Byrne. I'm the co-founder of the Aislinn Education and Support Centre. Christine Buckley was a previous co-founder. It's 3 months since Christine passed away today, so it's important for me because we are all about what happened to us as children. And the badge here represents Children of the Nation, part of the proclamation.
Okay.
So as part of solidarity, this is why I'm here today, because Christine herself would have witnessed children dying in the institutions and would have spoken about it, but at that stage people didn't want to believe those things, or just it was either too much for them to take in, the fact that they had to listen to atrocities to children who did survive the abusive system. And I know if Christine was alive, she'd be the leader of this today.
Okay. And you're here?
My name is Fiona O'Loughlin.
Okay.
I'm here because I think, like everybody else, just abhorred what has come out, but also because particularly yesterday with them in the Dáil trying to pretend it was days of yore, and it doesn't really happen now, where there's thousands of Irish women every year forced to go to Liverpool, Manchester or even further afield to have an abortion if that's what they so choose. So the hypocrisy is still the same, the shame and all of that, and that's why I'm here. And I'm here with my daughter who's 14, who feels probably even more strongly than I do about it.
Okay, could you tell me who you are and why you're here?
I'm Kate Walmsley. I'm from Derry. I'm in S.A.V.I.A, which is Survivors and Victims of Institutional Abuse.
Okay.
It's an organisation run in Belfast.
Okay, and how do you feel the church or the media or even the Gardaí have behaved with covering this? Or?
Well, I think it's only because of pressure and pressure coming from the like of ourselves, you know, and demanding that something is done, and this is what it takes all the time. It's only people power, and it's been people who have been in and out of these institutions like us all here today that has pressurised them into doing something.
Alright. Would you like to see Tuam investigated before other sites, or would you think it's right to investigate them all together?
Well, I think that's a good, that's an example, it's a start, you know, and it'll prove, you know, the truth of the matter. This investigation has to spread throughout Ireland, not just the south, the way the RAM report was just covered in the south, and then us in the north had to campaign for justice in Inagwari, which we're going through now. You know, they need to do it right, they need to investigate the whole of Ireland.
What did you think of the church media reaction to this?
Yeah, I felt that not just the bishop, the cardinals and everyone else should have come out, along with the Prime Minister here of Ireland, to show the people that they are definitely going to do something about it, and that it's not just going to be another cover-up and brushed under the carpet for another 10 years until they find maybe a place in the north of Ireland.
Okay.
Discussed it, the way they have been, you know, the way the people have been treated. Catholic Church, in fact, is the worst because they've covered up so much. And Cardinal Brady has also covered up an awful lot. Bishop Daly also denied that he was never told about any abuse, which he said at the historical inquiry in Banbridge. But there was a case maybe 11 years ago when one of the boys had told him, and no one done anything about it. The boy was so ashamed, Sean Sweeney, and he went home and hung himself, and it was in the papers about it. I just can't believe that Bishop Daly could deny this.
Okay.
To walk together with no fear of being apart. Somewhere in heaven there will be time.
This morning a letter to write on the 9 o'clock post. The Department of Historical Reparation. Who do I blame? The priest, my father, myself, tick the box provided. I'm burning my soapbox and I'm taking my very next train. I'm a citizen of nowhere with nothing to my name. I'm a citizen of nowhere with nothing to my name. And the wise women say, you must live in your own skin.
When Baby Souls Sail Out by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. When from our mortal vision grown men and women go to sail strange fields Elysian and know what spirits know, I think of them as tourists in some sun-gilded clime, among happy sights and dear delights we all shall find in time. But when a child goes yonder and leaves its mother there, its little feet must wander, it seems to me, in fear. Yet when a child is taken, whose mother stays below, with weeping eyes through paradise, I seem to see it go. With troops of angels trying to drive away its fear, I seem to hear it crying, I want my mama here. I do not court the fancy, it is not based on doubt. It is a thought that comes unsought when baby souls sail out. Thank you.
Could you tell me who you are and why you're here?
My name is Christina, and I'm actually a mother who placed her son up for adoption in 1980.
Okay. And
people are very hopeful, even despite of all the sadness and this terrible tragedy, and we've yet to hear a lot more. I think this is only beginning into one of the many stories.
All right, thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Tonight, you're not alone. We're all together, and we're all going to get through this together.
Sorry, just 1 second. Sorry to interrupt this. I've just been handed a bit of information that during the Dáil debate inside, there's only 5 government TDs sitting during this debate. That's not acceptable. So a way to show.
Alright, as soon as the debate on the motion started, all the members of the government got up and left. Only 3 Fine Gael and TDs and 2 Labour TDs from the government side stayed. Disgraceful behaviour and very disrespectful to the survivors and their families. Where was the leader of our country tonight? He was nowhere to be seen.
Okay. Mary, could you just tell me about inside the Dáil? There were how many TDs were inside for this?
Well, I mean, all of the Sinn Féin team were there because we had brought forward the motion. There were a small number of government TDs. I think that's disappointing. But I think people should take heart from the fact that we've made very big progress this week. That shouldn't be lost on people. Bear in mind that last December we brought forward a motion on the Bethany home, particularly that one institution. And at that time the government's position was that they didn't want to know and that they weren't dealing with the mother and baby homes. 6 months later, and we now have a commitment to a commission of investigation with full statutory powers. We have a commitment that the terms of reference will be comprehensive. We have pressed the point that they can't go cherry picking some institutions in, some institutions out. We're keen that there would be a judicial figure heading up the commission situation. So it's still all there to play. Very significant progress has been made, but we're not there yet.
Okay.
So we need campaigners, we need the courageous survivors, their families, their communities to keep the pressure on. At the end of this month, Charlie Flanagan will come back into the Dáil. He'll report back. We'll see the terms of reference, and we have to get this right. Like, failure in this is not an option.
Okay.
So I'm asking everybody who has been so active and so effective to now and so courageous, keep it going. Now is the time for us to step up our efforts, not to relax them.
Okay, Mary, thank you very much. Tell me who you are and why you're here.
I'm Marion, I'm head birthmother from Cork.
Okay. And what did you think of the event this evening?
Absolutely brilliant. Mary Lou, Sinn Féin, the whole party, I couldn't thank them enough.
This is a mother who was in Tuam March. This is her daughter who was taken for about 4 months, and she was fostered out, and she died at 10 years of age, jumping into a river, saving another foster child of 4.
Where did this happen?
Where did that happen, Tara? She was in March Street. She went in at what age did she have the baby?
She was about 22.
So 22 in her family centre, and she never came out. She was 80 something.
She never came out?
No, they were banished. They stayed there their whole lives. Wow. So they never had other children. They were never married. They never found love. Nobody ever held them. She died at, look at the age of it there, and this was her daughter. At, I suppose, whatever age she was, communion age. She at least was fostered to some nice family, and she drowned saving another kid at 10.
That's awful.
Isn't it awful?
Okay.
She found her grave.
You found her grave?
She found her grave.
Okay.
Tara found her grave, because she would have been a relative.
Okay.
Just the other day.
Really?
In Bluebell Cemetery, and Elizabeth Nolan is my grand-auntie.
Oh, right, okay.
Yes.
And what did you think about today, how today's event went?
Oh, brilliant.
Really?
So it was great.
Not enough.
Yeah, not enough.
Not enough people. The place should have been thronged, because this affects every single person in this country. Every single person knows somebody who's been touched by this atrocity. And it still lives and breathes in our society. But I don't know how, I mean, the carpet's very lumpy now.
This very last question. How did you find out about this? About your, it's your grandmother, is it?
No, she's my grand-auntie.
Grand-auntie, sorry.
And I found out about her in the 80s. She was a family secret until the 70s, and then my mother found out about her in the 70s, and but other family members were going to visit her as well. Like, she wasn't completely alone, but she was in that home for a long time, and I met her through the 80s, and she died in 1988, and I loved her, and so I'd love justice for her.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and for her child as well, but I think Mary more for her, because at least the child was loved and was in a loving home.
Marcus Howard, test 1, 2, 3.